And as exciting as the warranties are, and as critical as they are for businesses now, right, to offer to be able to help support their growth, you guys do more than warranties,
Yes.
right? So you guys also offer some financing. You're major leaders in the
Yeah. So warranties will continue to be our
financing
primary.
space. If we can we shift gears a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So definitely warranties our primary business and will continue to be our primary business. Over the last 3.5 years, we introduced a dealer services marketplace, and it's a free marketplace that's on our website. Top right corner, click on marketplace. You'll see all the different products and services that we feature there, including our good friends CI Web Group, latest edition. And I'll just plug you guys for all. It just makes sense. Again, we've talked a lot about taking care of the customer, owning the backyard, those sorts of things. Working with CI Web Group to optimize your website, to optimize your SEO, your PPC, making sure that you're found locally for customers that are within your service area, working with you guys to acquire that customer and then utilizing some of the tools from JB Warranties to keep that customer and grow that customer over time and be able to lower your acquisition costs over time by having that word of mouth, free advertising. That is, I can't help but stress that. And Jennifer, I know you will talk to your blue in the face and talk to as many dealers as possible. That is the answer. That's how you grow your business and how you become very profitable over time and expand. So a big issue or big concern that we're hearing, because a lot of the products that we have in our marketplace is through conversations with our dealers. We're listening for pain points. One of the biggest pain points we hear from our dealers is financing is becoming more popular, but the dealer fees are, going bonkers. They just continue to grow and grow and grow. And, dealer fees of 15%, 16, 18, 20%. It's hard, right? Because, banks aren't lending money for free. And so when you see 0% for 60 months, someone's got to pay for those interest rates and whatnot. And that falls back on the dealer. And, that impacts the cost, what they're able to sell their installations for. And so we thought, okay, well, what if there's an opportunity for us to come up with a financing option for dealers that had zero dealer fees? Historical financing,
Yeah.
which is direct to merchant or direct to dealer. The homeowner applies, they get approved. Once they get approved, they alert the dealer, hey, Brandon's been approved for $16,000. The contractor goes and installs that AC system. Once the job is done, the lender pays the contractor directly after the job is complete, okay? Minus the dealer fees. With JB financing, it's direct to consumer, zero dealer fees, which means that the homeowner works directly with the lenders, chooses the lender, a lender of choice. Once they get approved for that loan, the lender pays the homeowner directly before the job is started. So what we're doing is we're creating cash customers for the dealers. So that's
Right.
the
Okay.
main difference between the two. So it's really, really simple. The nice thing about JB financing, zero cost, zero dealer fees. The dealer, doesn't have to be in business a certain length of time. We don't require licensed business documents. They don't have to have a physical office. If they work at a home, great. There's no minimum. They don't have to, process applications regularly or we're going to shut them down. If they use it once, great. If they use it 100 times, even better. The nice thing is that, so what we do is once they sign up, they get a link, a unique link to them. We then provide them buttons that they can actually put these apply now buttons on their website. So if a homeowner says, hey, Brandon, do you offer financing? Yes, we do. Go to the financing tab of our website, click on the apply now button. Once they do, that application is going to appear. We ask them about 8 questions. Do you rent, do you own? Highest level of education? What's your approximate FICO score? Once they complete that information, it works almost like Expedia for travel. We've got a couple dozen lenders in our platform. And so once you hit submit, the algorithm kicks in, and within 10 seconds, it's gonna say, hey, congratulations, here are all the loans that you're pre-approved for. And it's gonna show them the term, it's gonna show them the APR, and it's gonna show them the approximate monthly payment. So based on all of those options, the homeowner, and we also show them who the lenders are. The homeowner looks at those, hey, that's the one that I want. They then click through, and at that point, they leave our platform and they communicate directly with the lender of choice. They complete the application, which may include, hey, trust but verify. You said this was your FICO, this was your information. Upload a bank statement, upload a pay stub. But once they're finalized, once they've completed the application form through e-signature, once it's finally approved, the lender pays the homeowner directly into their bank account within 1 to 2 days. So it's really, really
Wow.
quick.
Okay.
The other great thing
So
is that
completely different than what you typically see in the dealer and the dealers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other nice thing is for homeowners to apply, it's a soft credit pull. So if you want to kick tires, all it is a soft credit pull. It's not going to affect your credit to apply. And so we really suggest using JB Fin as an alternative, right? A lot of dealers will have multiple financing options. Maybe they'll have a direct to merchant option. Maybe they'll have like a Wells Fargo. And then we say, hey, direct to consumers, it's just another option. Same thing as if you've got customers that have bumps and bruises in their credit, maybe a Mycroft rent to own option is something they need. We started a 580 FICO, which is great because a lot of the traditional financing companies don't go that low. And again, it's no cost. It does a soft credit pull, so it's not gonna affect them. So once they click on the application, they fill it out. Within 10 seconds, they see what they're eligible for. If they don't see anything that they like, no harm, no foul. If they want to move forward, they can. From a dealer's perspective, we've all been there where you're sitting, Comfort Advisor sitting at the table, and they say, okay, well, you want to apply for financing, and you turn your laptop around or your iPad. It's like, I hope this goes well, right? And Mrs. Jones fills out the information, and it comes back as like, sorry, Mrs. Jones, you're denied. That's a pretty awkward conversation. So we like to say, it's great to start with JB Fin because with one application, you're getting in front of 24 different lenders. More than likely, you're going to see something. So at least you're going to have something positive. Say, okay, good news, you're approved. Now let's try Wells Fargo. Let's try another option to see if there's something else that's available to you that you may be interested in. The other thing is,
in any other industry, you're going to need a pre-approval before we get started. I'm not, as a realtor, I'm not putting you in my car unless you have a pre-approval notice.
Right.
I'm not driving.
Yep.
Kids in the back seat.
And the thing is, these are personal unsecured loans. So it can be used for an HVAC installation. They can use the funds to fund repairs, warranties, service. If the homeowner says, hey, I need a new HVAC system, but I also need to do a bathroom renovation, no problem. Just ask for 25,000. If you're approved, use those for those reasons. So it's a great program. We get a lot of activity. We fund a bunch of loans. Our average funded loan is about $11,000 right now, which is about the cost of an HVAC system. There's also no prepayment penalties. So let's say you just need a loan right now because you've got this system and it's not working, but I know I've got a commission check coming in 2 months. Go ahead and get your loan, get it installed, and then 2 months from now, go ahead and pay that off without any prepayment penalties.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that's great. And 580 is like that's a pretty low starting point. Like that opens up a lot of people that maybe instead of like I see a 620 is a hurdle mark for a lot of other financing companies. So you've got a whole different market that you're able to touch there. I would say from a marketing perspective, the financing page on a website and the warranty page on a website. So anytime we offer that and we have that for our particular customers, those are heavily visited. Those are very, very important pages. If you don't offer something like that, you are missing out on a lot of potential market. Those two services, being able to offer those to your customers is extremely critical. So it's great that you guys kind of can wrap those together as well and work in the same dealer.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of companies say, well, I offer it when I get in the house. how many visitors did you have come to your website that wanted to know if you had a maintenance plan, if you had a warranty program, and if you had financing before you picked up the phone to get into the home to be able to have that conversation? You got to start way earlier in the supply chain. Every single contractor should have those 3 items front and center on their website for sure.
Yeah. And what I would do as a contractor, I'd sit down and say, okay, I've spent the last hour and a half in your home. I've tested everything, the load balancing, this, that, and the other. Now let's sit down. We're going to talk about your options and say, here are all your options. Here's a good, better, best option. And from a payment perspective, we've got cash options. We've got check. You want to pay by credit card. Here's your price. You want financing. If you want to lease it, like here are all the different things, right? Because consumers are changing and not everyone's the same. People want options. And so give them those options, let them know, you know, the various, and let them choose what's right by them. The other thing I'll mention is commercial financing. There's a bunch of consumer financing options out there, but there aren't a lot of commercial. And so we actually have a commercial financing option as well. That's for dealers that need access to capital, or for their commercial, if they have commercial customers, a nail salon, a barber shop, a bar, whatever it may be, if they have commercial customers that need access to capital. And again, it can be for, you know, you're expanding your office, you need to buy a couple extra vans, you're hiring people, you're doing renovations, whatever it may be. We have commercial financing available through our marketplace as well, up to $10 million, various loans. The great thing is, once you apply, we assign a loan advisor to them. We've got 90 different commercial lenders. So that advisor is going to reach out to either that contractor or their commercial customer, find out exactly what they're looking for. We'll go act as their broker, you know, free of charge, with those 90 lenders, and come back and say, hey, here are the best options based on what you're looking for. Again, 0 dealer fees. So it's a great service. Loans are from like 3 months to 3-year terms, up to $10 million. And so that's becoming a lot more popular as well.